ATMs have been around since 1969. The same time we put a man on the moon, we put ATMs out in public. And they haven't changed very much in over 50 years. They still pretty much do one thing, and that is to dispense cash from banks. Now these days, you know, they can do a little bit more. Maybe they actually can, you know, you have a touch screen, for example, and you can get your balance, and some of them you can even deposit funds into. So they've come a long way, have they? They still pretty much do one thing. So, and that one thing is dispense cash. So for 50 years, the biggest innovation has been like touchscreens, I think. So then what they're calling the next generation of ATMs is the NextGen ATM. We are calling it the smart ATM. But why would you have and create this box that has all this cash in it? It's a vault that's very strong, has all kinds of, you know, cameras and buttons and ways to put cards in, yet it only does one service, only one revenue stream. So this was the reason we started developing and looking into multiple revenue stream ATMs. Now BTMs, Bitcoin ATM machines, they've been around. There's 7,000 almost in the US and a few more. By the way, in the world, in the US, there's I think 200,000 or more, 400,000 ATMs. And a lot of them are independent. The ones you see at 7-Eleven are just independent brokers who have an ATM that just interfaces with the banks. Of course, the banks have their own network as well. But that's all they ever do is one solution. So the idea of having a multiple services kiosk, financial kiosk, has been taking form, and in the ATM industry they're calling it the NextGen ATM. So that's what we developed in conjunction with a partner. So here's a quick picture of the one that we've developed. But remember, this can be hardware agnostic. It doesn't have to be one that we built from scratch, though we did, and we made it for a reason. It's a vault, and it has a seriously huge recycler. So in order to, some of the other services that can be done are, in the future, bill pay, check cashing, gift card buying, money remittance, and oh yeah, cryptocurrency, but also yeah, ATM. So just having a machine that can do two things, crypto, buy and sell, and ATM is revolutionary on its own. And our machine does this, and it's like very few others, and they're just now in the industry sort of creating guidelines on what they should be, the operating system, the app system, that sort of thing. So I'm going to show you another couple of shots here of, oops, hold on, let me get rid of this here. Stop sharing here. So, and then I got another thing. Here's some of these. This machine in particular is very large because we wanted to have lots of cash. So you guys can see that now, right? Here we are making it in upstate New York, and we have lots of capacity, because one of the problems with ATMs and in this world, ATM operators, like many, are having a hard time with banks. So we wanted to build a machine that held a lot of cash. This thing has a 6,000 note dispenser and a over 1,200 note recycler. The recycler can recycle 1,500 notes, and then it can store, or it'll store 1,500 notes, and it can recycle. You know, there are 6 drums of 60 notes each. It's a lot of notes, and then the storage of 6,000 notes just on the dispenser side. This is to help people, you know, employers in particular, not have to go to the bank as often. That's where the pain points are. You know, here's one of our first deployers, Crypto Space, Ernesto and Stacy. They've got 10 of these machines because they have a really great connection with Simon Malls. We have one of these machines at the Simon Mall in Del Amo, California. We have one at Forum Shops, which is Caesar's Palace in Vegas, and one at the Aria Crystal Shops. And they are strictly BTMs because Simon Mall has a contract with their ATM provider. We can't do more services than that right now. But we're rolling these out, and there we are. There's Ernesto in front of the Dave & Buster's. And then this is their beautiful lounge, the Crypto Space, which is in San Pedro, California. We have two models. The one on the left is our early, just a prototype they were working on. We deployed a different company's model, and then we built our own over there. And then we've got one at Little Carson, California at Angelito's Market. And then we put one in this minority-owned women business near the airport, LAX there, the Crypto Plug, which is another beautiful lounge. So the real goal is to be able to have multiple services on one machine. It's kind of like the Walmart service center where you can pay your bills, send money overseas, cash a check, but you got to sit there, wait behind the ladies who's returning a toaster. So with something like this, they can automate a lot of those services. We've also, with a sister company, also built a crypto management software that sits on top of the machine. It's an app. So think about this ATM as a smartphone, and there are multiple apps with multiple services. Some of them take advantage of the cameras, some of them take advantage of the touchscreen, some of them use the fingerprint, thumbprint reader, and same thing with our machine. We actually have on this machine a thumbprint reader. So right up here, if you can see this, if I'm showing, it's a thumbprint reader, which we can activate. We've got a forward-looking camera, upper left-hand corner, upper right-hand corner. There's a scanner where you can scan bills and crypto QR codes. And then in the middle there is a check reader, a check scanner, which can also scan IDs, traditional card here, your ADA compliance for ADA for Americans with Disability Act. There's your dispenser. Down here we show all the different things. Oh yes, on the top we have an advertising screen, yet another service. That is a revenue producing service. And we're rolling these machines out across the country, and we're looking for people who want to host these. And the big advantage here is multiple revenue streams as compared to single revenue streams. Traditional ATMs, single revenue streams. Even today's BTMs are single revenue streams. So the idea of finding a deployer who has 1,000 of ATMs in a city can swap them out with a bigger model, a different model that does many things as opposed to just one thing. So that's something that we're rolling forward on, and I'm a principal at this company as well. And we made a reference implementation. We made a crypto-vending management software, some of the best in the world, that'll sit on top of the machine. But remember, third parties can build other apps on top of this machine. We already do ATM, and we already have the advertising screen, and we have some examples of other companies too that have done bill pay, check cashing. So that's sort of the presentation from today. I'm happy to answer any questions either now or in the breakout session too.